Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, it's Thursday, which means one of two things. Either your PC is purring like a happy tiger, or it has completely crashed. And if it's the latter, you might be thankful of a good vanilla map, and this one would certainly fit the bill. There's only two things to subscribe to off of the workshop, which we'll get to shortly, but they are purely aesthetic and actually you don't really need them at all. Now, this map has something very unique, or almost unique, going for it in terms of ratings. In fact, since I've been doing this show, I can only find one map that's actually matched the specific ratings that I'm going to give it. And that was a Mr. Miyagi map, so if it's got something in common with the Mr. Miyagi map, it's got to have something very special about it indeed. But before we jump to the end of the show and talk about ratings, let's talk about being nice, being friendly and being supportive. That's right, get that finger waggling, because it is time for your daily reminder. You know what to do. Do it now, please. Do it now. That's right, hitting the like button really does help to support the channel and helps me to grow and helps me to bring you more daily content from Cities Skylines. Right, let's crack on and do today's map, and it's Vodovod by Matthew. Now, Vodovod has got a real Russian feel to it. Vodovod, that's my best Russian accent, by the way. I love it, I love the name. What we've got in way of Start Square looks very good indeed, yes. And what about resources, especially with the new Industries DLC? Do you know what? Yes, and they make a lot of sense too. Maybe not the oil field being quite so bold in the top corner, but hopefully we can really use that. Let's have a look at the workshop. The workshop just got those elevated train tracks. You've seen them before, you'll see them in today's show. And also one other thing. Little thing.
It's their first map.
That little thing, yes. It's their first map. Don't be scared off. It's not bad at all, especially for vanilla. Plenty of build plane. Now, there's about 3 little things to grumble about. The worst of the 3 is about to appear right now. Yes, you can see it. This is the worst of the map. We get it out of the way right off the bat. First of all, let's have a look at the intersection before we get to that little area there. That looks plopped to me. That's perfectly fine. I haven't problem with plopped. As long as everything works, it's fine. The bridge looks a little bit low. As long as there's no lamppost causing any offence. Oh, he's trying very hard. I think we might let you. As long as there's nothing worse than that. Oh, as long as there's nothing worse than this. Okay, one major lamppost issue clipping there. Now, these two factories, they don't make any sense to me placed like this. It's just look like they were randomly plopped. Now, as long as there's, perhaps this is highlighting there's lots of ore or oil going on here, yeah? Remember that bold corner? Oh, it's forestry and light at that. There's our bold corner. So these factories are basically there to get in the way a little bit as you put down some more highway. I think they'll be meeting the bulldozer fairly soon. Admittedly, they are the abandoned, burnt out factories, and they can be wiped away without any worry at all. I'm sure the map maker won't care. A little bit of glitching between the roads. I'm not even going to look at that. It's just a minor height difference between the two highways. Minor stuff. And then down to the main intersection. This one here. This is the one which brings the 3 highways together and got a little bit of wibbly going on here as we come off of the ramp. Just like wibbles off to the left. It might be so it can help merge in this side road. I don't like it too much though. I'm just going to show you a little bit of straightening. Hopefully this will be a little bit better. This is real time as well. This is me seeing what I can do without taking forever about doing it. That's a bit better. I mean, it's still not perfect, but it's a little bit better. Well, one thing I have just noticed. Let's come down and have a look at this this feeder coming inside here. Now, look over your shoulder. Any traffic coming? Hard to tell, really. You're kind of obscured. So, what I'd like to see is with these merge lanes, just moved up a fraction, just so that when you look over your shoulder, you can make sure that there is no traffic about to come careering into you. Oh yes, I know some jinky janky here. I haven't this is not me building a perfect intersection here, but yeah, coming down here, check over your shoulder as you're driving along. I can now see if there's traffic coming. So I'm not marking this map down on that one because I've never spotted it before, but it's something I will be looking out for in future. Bridge is almost perfect, almost perfectly aligned. It's lovely. Just these two suspension pillars. Be nice if they were absolutely aligned with each other, but still good. Good bridge here as well. And then to this intersection, which is the Start Square intersection. There's no street lamps getting in the way there at all, and we've got a nice build area to work into there as well. So it's almost like Matthew's given this some thought. It's showing, my friend. It is showing. Alright, we'll cross this little bit of river here towards bit of land, and then the suspension bridge. Is this perfectly aligned? Oh, it is. Look at that. That's good work. Well done there. And then back to ground and Wendell off. Now, there's not much going on down here at all. This is just highway going through terrain. A little bit of a hill that we just oop over that one a little bit, and there's another one here, just a little oomph over. I mean, not much to talk about. Do you know what? Let's turn around and follow the rail, shall we? Yeah, we'll do that. The rail, not much to say about the rail here. Goes into minor cutting, goes through a tunnel, perfect tunnel, comes out the other side of the hill right there, perfect tunnel, no glitching, no issues at all. Oh, look, another tunnel. And it's not just a tunnel, it's another perfect tunnel. Very neatly done indeed. Okay, we'll follow the rail around, across the edge there. Not really anything to say, it's just because the terrain is so flat in the middle of the map. Oh, hang on, elevation. Elevation, elevation, that's what we need. Yes, this is the non-vanilla asset. It's well used. I'm not entirely sold on this middle section. I know it's not an arch. It just looks a bit odd, and this little bit poking out the end, the peninsula sticking out. I don't know if I like that or not, but it's just it's a personal call. Anyway, little cutting there, ending with the rail ending there. Now, if I remember rightly, yes, we've got some rail that goes into the start square. Let's see where that comes from, see if there's anything to talk about here. Nice little rail over road, and it's nice and gentle. Oh, is it high enough? Is it high in? I think it is, you know. I think you're going to get your donut under there. There's no streetlight clipping. Yeah, go on there. Credit where it's due. I hate saying that. I hate giving credit where it's due. Right, slight elevation there, slight hill as that goes over. A cutting there would have been better. Doesn't get any worse. Oh, maybe it does get worse than that. Maybe it does. This down here, this was an opportunity for another perfect tunnel. But no, we're going up and over it. It's not the worst. Possibly a deep cutting. More realistically, a tunnel there. Little cutting there, and another cutting down here would work better, I think. Anyway, that's enough of that. That's enough about me moaning at the newbie first time map maker. Let's head over to Assetville to look at a beaut by an experienced asset maker. Yeah, this is one of the great ones. It's Lost Gecko and Astergia Flats 1, which means there's probably more coming. Now, these aren't one unit. These are actually 4 separate units that push together in what appears to be only this configuration. I guess you could play with it in various configurations, I guess, but this was the one that made sense to me. And the ground floors stand on their own, and then everything else floats above it, which seems a little bit counterintuitive. I'm sure there's a reason for it. I don't know what the reason is. Gotta say though that once combined, these are absolutely freaking beautiful. But it's Lost Gecko, so you're kind of expecting that from Lost Gecko. I just don't understand why it's 4 separate units and not one large unit, when it only seems to go together that way. Anyway, Astagia Flats 1 by Lost Gecko, or Astagia Flats. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I am a huge fan. As we head off to Themington Island for a little bit more of Themington, because we can't get enough Themington, can we? No. This week's theme and nut, sorry, not just today, Boulder City, Nevada by Douglas with the Relight Vintage LUT. And we are now, the second part of the week, we are now into nightfall, 7:45 in the evening, for those of you that wonder what exact time I have set for this, because I like a little bit of sunset as well. Factoids, because factoids, thanks to artificial insemination, hello, we're back to that again, an American bull produced 15,000 offspring in less than 3.5 years. He wouldn't have lived 3.5 years if he'd done that on his own without a little bit of help, would he? One of the governesses to the Mitford family, member of the English gentry from the start of the 20th century, one of the governesses took the girls on a shoplifting spree. No wonder they upset some of the hoi polloi. Okay, where are we? Shipping routes back at Vodovod by Matthew. Now we've got this crossroads, which means we might have ships crossing into each other, but also anything coming from the edge of the map going to the side of the map will do a sharp left turn there, and equally doing the right turn if they go in the opposite direction, which isn't a big problem, I know, but I just think better planning. This isn't so bad actually, because there's nothing coming from that way which is going to be turning right. Reason being, we can follow it. Reason being, if you follow this route down, it goes down and around, and then it comes back, and this is the one that crosses over here. So yeah, that one's not so, that one doesn't matter at the other end. This one does a little bit. Anyway, yeah, we follow it round, and then we can follow it back. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going. Which way were we going? Anyway, shall we do water flow? I think we should, because we've got a river system, but is it a working river system? By golly, it is a working river system. We have water. Shall we go right or left? Left. We'll follow this one. Right or left? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Then down here, merges with the original source that we ignored, and then we'll come this way. We'll go right. Yeah, right. Right or left? Right again. Yeah. If in doubt, go right. right, and back to where you started. Water flow's a little bit low when you get to the coast, but it's not so bad. It certainly works for getting rid of the sewage out of the start square. Or does it? Where's the start square? The start square's over here. Let's have a quick look around the start square. Yeah, water flow there. Water flow around here. And water flow over... Yeah, it's all happy. Well done. Okay, let's have a look at these hills. They're a bit pillowy, but and also this is where all the oil is. Now, getting your oil industry into the hills is going to be a bit of a struggle, because if we turn on the, there we go, that's where the oil starts and ends. I would say the oil has been used for hill painting. Doesn't seem to have had any real effect at all. But yes, getting into the hills is going to be a struggle for producing your oil, and I don't think that's particularly well thought out myself, but it's well out of the 25 tiles, and this is a vanilla map. Now let's have another look at this peninsula sticking its nose out. I don't like this aesthetically. It's nothing wrong with it, I'm sure. It's not like it's an arch that's being corroded into. It's been built over. I just don't like it. Beaches, we have some, well, they're very vanilla beaches, aren't they? Very vanilla. Okay, I know that's lake beaches, and this is a sea beach, and it's very vanilla. It's fine. It's a good vanilla sea beach. Well, I can't say much more than that. And then down here we have, is the essential lighthouse. And the jetty, of course, the essential jetty. Yeah, not really much I can say about this. I would say both in a reasonable location. Can't really get up onto the jetty from here. It doesn't look like the ground has been corroded, so I can't really justify that as being a reason for that being so steep to climb up. And you can just about get onto the steps of the lighthouse as well, but it's just a bit, it's just plopped without really much thought. That's fair comment, I think. I don't think they were looking to get maximum points for their essential lighthouse there. Anyway, your chance to vote on the map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? We're going to find a really nice aesthetic location for a thumbnail. I don't know where we're going to do it. I don't think those factories are the thing. Anyway, your votes do count because we do a special Viewer's Choice show at the end of the month. So make sure you voted, and I'm going to tell you what I think right now, shall I? Now, aesthetically, I don't think it's anything special. I think it's fair to say. I don't think it's ugly in any way, shape or form. It's interesting. I'm going to give it 3 stars down the middle. Detailing, there aren't any real major problems with it apart from a clipping lamppost. But nothing jumps out either. And once again, all I can really do is say, well, hey, middly 3 stars is fine. Gameplay potential, think this has it in spades. Absolute spades. There might be some traffic flow problems, but work around it. Put in the bypass. That's your job. You're the city planner. But I think that it's definitely well worth 5 stars of anybody's gameplay money. So there we are, Vodovod by Matthew. Now that Mr. Miyagi map that has these exact ratings also got the BonBonB seal of approval, and I'm going to give it here. Yeah, it's rare for 11 stars to get the BonBonB seal of approval, let alone one that got 2 lots of 3 stars. I think it's worth it, so there we are. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. Join me tonight for a map making, because I'm definitely doing those right now. And nip on over to see this old map if you like as well, because... And also, you know, I might even put a tutorial up in the links here. Well, you can see it, I can't because I haven't done it yet, so... Well, click both of them. Go and watch both of them. Why not? You've got nothing better to do, have you? See you tomorrow. Have a great day.